this podcast program, Dave's Gone By. He has a segment that he does called StoryTime. This is where he will read some piece of literature or wannabe literature and comment upon it and sometimes make light fun of it. Sometimes he gets me to do that instead of him because he's a lazy son of a bitch. I am also a lazy son of a bitch, but I like to read and share with you books of a Hebraic nature and give you my commentary and thoughts about them. So the last 2 weeks, we've done a couple of Passover-related books, children's books, to tell the story of Moses and the story of Passover, and to share that with you in a non-biblical way. Here we get really non-biblical, at least not just the Old Testament, with a book that Dave found at the local library, Jacob and Bunny, which is perfectly fine, except the magic Easter bunny comes to Passover Seder. So this is obviously a book about what we would call miscegenation or intermarriage, or bringing or diluting Judaism with goys. But we do it. It's happening. It's America. It's assimilation. And so you do have all these mixed families, and we want to make people comfortable at Seder ceremonies, at church services, at synagogue. Well, my parishioners are terribly uncomfortable at my services. It has to do with the chairs that really need to be fixed. But Leslie Sandler is the authoress of this book with illustrations by Carrie Kreitman, 2 N's, so she's a German, which scares me a little bit. But we will tell the story of Jacob and Bunny. The magic Easter bunny comes to Passover Seder. So here, we can already see this is probably lice on the bunny's fur, or matzah, one or the other. By the way, this book is copyright 2023. It is a first edition and probably the only. Speaking of which, here we can see the Easter bunny also came to Sesame Street. So it's a busy bunny. It's like the Goyish version of Elijah, who has to go to all these homes on Pesach. The Easter bunny has to come now to, I guess, Seders. So, Jacob is excited about the upcoming springtime Jewish holiday of Passover. He and his friends can hardly wait for tonight's Seder, a traditional Passover meal with prayers and songs. He joins his friends for a walk while his family prepares for Seder. So very nice. You got the synagogue over there. You got, let's see, the bagel shop. You also have here a dry goods store. Classic Jewish neighborhood, seemingly. Wow, look at that chocolate Easter bunny. And this is Jacob saying it and seeing in the window. I wish he was real and could come to my Seder. Through the candy store window, the bunny, oh, this is going to be weird. The bunny is listening. The bunny wished he was real and could go to Seder at Jacob's house. No, this is getting already fucked up a little bit, but let's see this. Magically, look, wow, magic! The chocolate bunny becomes a real bunny. Whoosh. Look at that, look at that. Oh boy, I don't know why he suddenly turned white. How this happens. I guess when you go into certain neighborhoods, it's the only way you can get into them. Bunny surprises Jacob and jumps out of the window. Jacob shits himself. If a chocolate bunny suddenly became real and jumped through a window, what would you do? What's happening in my yarmulke here? I'm just going to leave it like this. Yes. Rabbi Jemima. Hold on. I'll be right there, folks. Don't go away. If you haven't, my glasses. Hold on, we're fixing this up nice. Oh, there we go. That's nice. I like that. Too tight. I'm good. It'll make my voice a little scratchy, but we'll notice. All right. Now, so the bunny, the bunny rabbit, that's just better. I like this. Became real. What happens next? Bunny surprises Jacob, jumps out of the window. Jacob excitedly invites Bunny to his family's house for Seder. I don't know if the bunny realizes that under other circumstances, Jacob would just be eating him. Would be like starting on his ears, because you always eat the ears, right? And then the bottom thing, well, what is this? Let me see. Is that a pickle?
That's the bunny at Seder.
Oh, look at that. How are you finding these things? Do you notice the fish on the side? Why is there a fish? What the hell is that?
It's a gefilte fish.
Oh, of course it is. Yes. Anywho, so they skip over, as a bunny would. Jacob and the bunny skip to Jacob's house. Jacob pushes open the front door. Mother, can I invite my new friend to our Seder tonight? Yes, your friend is welcome to join the family Seder, answers Jacob's mother. It is a Passover tradition to invite guests to Seder, so please join our family, Bunny. Bunny, and this is, I don't know why they write this in different script, maybe they added this later. Bunny is all ears, get it? Listening now, Jacob, his friend, is thinking, wow. Oh, I think that's supposed to be a poem. That was bad. And now we get to, hold on, where we get to. The Seder plate, and I will be talking about this later on this episode of the show, because I have a rabbinical reflection about the items on the Seder plate. Bunny wriggles into his chair at the Seder table and asks, quote, is that big plate our dinner? It's like not the brightest bunny in the bunch. Jacob's grandfather, listening nearby, answers, holy shit, I'm talking rapid. I need my meds. No. Jacob's grandfather, who is not fazed by a talking rabbit, whether it was chocolate or not, says, this is our Passover Seder plate. The bone, I know what the bone reminds him of. The bone reminds us of our first Passover. We think of spring when we see the egg, parsley and lettuce, the horseradish root, which is bitter herbs, and chopped apple mixture, charoset, on the plate help us remember the hard work the Jewish people did long ago. So great. Good information, all true. Bunny is all ears listening now. Jacob, his friend, is thinking, wow. So this book is already repeating itself, because why not? And then Grandpa, here's Grampy, kind of looks like an owl sort of person. He got some bad news when he was 60 and his face fell, and they never picked it back up. Grandfather responds, this is matzah, unleavened bread. We eat matzah instead of bread on Passover, and we have 3 special matzahs on our Seder table. There is a top, middle, and bottom matzah, kind of like a threesome in a club in the village. Watch Grandfather break the middle matzah in half. He will hide part of it. We call this the afikomen. Later we will search and find it, explains Jacob. So there's Grandpa, breaking, which is obviously not a store-bought matzah, not the round shmira. That's the good stuff, because Jacob's family is cheap. Grandfather says Passover is a celebration of freedom for the Jewish people. The 4 cups of wine remind us not to be Tiger Woods behind the vehicle. It also reminds us to be thankful that we are free.
What do you call a teacher who never farts in public?
What do you call a teacher who never farts in public? What?
A private tutor.
A private tutor! Dang it! Indeed, indeed. So, they're drinking now Jacob and Bunny, it is time to read the story of Passover from our special Seder book. And now they do start telling the whole regular story. So far, this is all Jewish, except for the fact there's a bunny that became real and is, quote, bunny. Everything is Hamish and Jewish so far. And since this is Passover, let me tell you the story. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away called Egypt, mean King Pharaoh forced the Jewish people to work hard, working in the coal mine, going down, down, down. There we go. Moses, the Jewish leader, he asked King Pharaoh to let the Jewish people go free. Cruel King Pharaoh said, no, no, no. No, 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 you're not leaving Eretz Mitzrayim. King Pharaoh was warned to let the Jewish people go free or face punishment such as, well, there's the pestilence, there's frogs. Oh, lots of frogs. That's the dying of the firstborn right there. But finally, King Pharaoh says, go, but go now. If you've gotta go, it's all right. If you've gotta go, go now, or else you'll be locked up tight. Trying to hurry, the Jewish people did not have time to bake bread for their journey. Bread dough was in their backpacks, and the hot sun baked it into matzahs and the occasional croissant. When they reached the sea, the waters miraculously parted, and the Jewish people escaped to freedom. There they are. This is the part where the cartoonists did not have to work so hard. A little bit of coloring in, and they said, hell with it. They'll publish it anyway. Now, Jewish people celebrate Passover every year because they're thankful for their, I love that one there, because they are thankful for their freedom. Bunny's ears have been perked up listening to the story. I'm so glad to be a guest at your Seder, Jacob, says Bunny. Sniff, sniff, sniff. The bunny is smelling something. There it is. Ooh.
Carrots?
Hey, what's invisible and smells like carrots? Bunny farts. Jewish space laser. Bunny's nose tells him that something delicious is about to be served. I hope it's not Hassenpfeffer, for his sake. Yum, yum, yum. Everyone enjoys a Passover holiday dinner, which is illustrated, of course, with completely empty plates. Somebody didn't think this one through. It's an imaginary dinner, like an imaginary rabbit.
The GLP-1 for the people eating those. What do you call that? Yeah.
Wait, what?
The people get the injections to lose weight.
Oh, this is the Passover meal Ozempic style. Everybody loses weight the whole. After the meal, Jacob says, "Oh boy, now it's time to search for the afikomen." Remember, that was the matzah that Grandpa broke, and you hid one part and you eat the rest. So he grabs Bunny's paw, and what? And over the TV. Nope, not there. I have a flat screen so they can afford that. Let's see. They look underneath the chair. Not there. They find the afikomen. Oh no! We're supposed to follow. Who designed this stupid goddamn book? You're supposed to go like this and then this and this. So now they go under the sofa. No, not there, but Grandma's dildo they find somehow. But finally they find the afikomen on top of the bookcase. Whoa! Jacob and Bunny present the afikomen they found to Grandfather. Grandfather smiles and gives each a small present. Then the afikomen is shared by all. Suddenly, Bunny feels a chill as the outside doors opened. There's an extra cup of wine on the table. This is Elijah's cup. Now, Elijah was a great teacher that lived many, many years ago. And we pretend, this is interesting. They use that word. We pretend that he visits every year through the open door to wish us the joy of freedom, explains Grandfather. And then Jacob turns around, the bunny turns around, Grandpa turns around, they take the wine, and he's like, oh, look, Elijah came! So, but they do this thing. Sing with it. As the Seder ends, Jacob and Bunny join in singing joyous Passover songs. Ilu, ilu, hotziyanu, hotziyanu, mi Mitzrayim, hotziyanu, dying, dying, die, 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 die. Sing with me. Die, die, or in the Goyish version of this, they just sing la la la. No hang on a second. Does anybody sing la la la? Well, maybe the bunny does, because he doesn't know the Jewish word, yeah. Or Aramaic, whatever the hell they are. When the singing is finished.
Rabbi, he's made of chocolate.
No, he's a real bunny now.
But still.
He is, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When the singing is finished, Bunny and Jacob start to get sleepy. Mother says, Jacob, it's getting late. Seder's over. It's time to walk your friend home. Bunny thanks Jacob's family for a wonderful Seder. Hand in paw, they start out the door. And soon they arrive at the candy store. Bunny's Easter basket still in the window. So what's going to happen? Whoosh! Magically, Bunny becomes a chocolate bunny once again. I don't know why it had to be. They could have done this with a chocolate matzah. Or anything. Chocolate ocelot. Oh, wait. That's the end. There's no coda, no epilogue, no I am lone and left to tell the tale and I'm the only orphan survivor. No, it's just this. Oh, well. And then there's a blank page, which represents the eaten matzah. And then there's, maybe the author? What do they have here? Oh, here's the author. In very Eastery yellow. Leslie knows firsthand how to celebrate holidays in interfaith families, and that they can be happy. A joy of sharing and appreciating family traditions can bring families together. She found teaching children at the Bolton Hill Nursery and working as a reading tutor in the Baltimore County Public Schools very rewarding. Not financially, of course, but any other way. It was also a good experience for training teachers. As the choir person of the Early Childhood Education Program at Quincy College, Leslie trained teachers for 18 years. Her career was capped at a local university that I will not name, where she mentored future early childhood and elementary school teachers for 14 years. Leslie lives in Baltimore, Maryland. She's actually a neighborly type person here. So there it is. Interfaith, but I gotta give it to her that she didn't try to intermingle two different religions. It's like there's a bunny, he's Easter, nothing else. Everything else was just inviting a friend to the Seder, which is what we do. We absolutely invite Goyim to the Seder. We're happy to have them there, as long as we have a can of Lysol to spray after them when they leave. This is the wonders of Judaism, my friends. So, story time on Dave's Gone By with me, Rabbi Sol, Jacob, and the bunny. Magic Easter Bunny comes to Passover Seder. Very nice to read that with you and to you. Now, if you want to know more about other Storytime books that I have read on this program, or if you want to read and hear my rabbinical reflections, or if you want to see the off-Broadway show I did all those years ago, or if you want to see the TV show that I did all those years ago, you have links to everything at my website, shalomdammit.com. Now it's Shalomoy. You can go do this. It's not the major holiday day. Shalomdammit.com. DAMMIT. Links, it's free. I begged to charge for it, but nobody would, so I put it out there for free. Just read, listen, watch, enjoy. ShalomDammit.com. And you know what? Read, listen, watch, enjoy for the rest of the holiday. Be with your family, be with your friends, do something nice. If you're not religious, that's okay. You don't have to eat only matzah and be so constipated you blow up like Augustus Bloop. No, you just have a piece of matzah. You don't have to, it's Shabbos. But if you want to drive on Shabbos, that's great. But drive to a nice little place and take a moment to meditate on the wonders of the world. Whatever God or deity or prophet you think created that world. That's what holidays should really be about. It's about reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your kith and kin, and maybe kithing your kin if they allow you to do that and they're old enough. Have a very fine Pesach holiday. As I said, I will be back on this very program in a little while to talk about the Seder plate even more than they did in the book there with a rabbinical reflection. So until then, little more Dave's Gone By, a lot more you. And hey, let's play my all-important klezmer music so I can dance out of here in a very Passover way.